crazy.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Retirement Report. I'm Hank Parrott, your host. With me, my good friend and special guest, Dr. Friday, with Dr. Friday's Tax and Financial Services over in Brentwood, Tennessee. And Dr. Friday is, in fact, the tax expert when it comes to individual and small business owners. And as an enrolled agent, and now you deal a lot with people that get into trouble with the IRS, helping them get out of trouble with the IRS.
That's right. I'm kind of like Superman. I'm the shield between you and the IRS. I kind of protect you like a little bubble.
There we go.
I try.
Knowing the rules again. It's there. You know, a lot of times people are so afraid when they get into behind on taxes that they don't do anything.
So then they just keep kind of putting their head deeper and deeper, and they start tunneling down underneath because they're so because they're afraid if they open it. At this point, no one's coming after me.
Right.
But I know I haven't filed in the last number of years, so they keep thinking I need to do something. But if I tell the IRS, then everything's going to come and blow up in my face. And what they don't realize is almost the opposite. If you go to the IRS, you start approaching them, you start getting in compliance. Next thing you know, they're seeing that you're working with them. The aggression is gone way down, where if they're not getting anything, you don't think they're doing anything, but in the background, they're tracking your banking deposits, they're tracking when you get paid. So guess what? The next one of these Fridays, when you put money in your bank, you're going to find that there's already been a lien issued because you've ignored all the love letters, and next thing you know, they've taken your entire paycheck out of the bank, and they can do that without really, they can notify you, but most of you guys don't look at the notification. So it's really not a good thing.
Don't hide from them. In fact, get someone like Dr. Friday that can help you with that. In fact, we're going to, again, for the first 10 callers in this to my office, 615-376-5325, free retirement income analysis. Again, it's not just a consultation. I'm going to do a complete comprehensive financial plan that includes talking to you about Social Security, Medicare, you know, what the rules are there, how to benefit the most from that, when to take Social Security.
That's a huge one.
How to deal with Medicare. You know, do I take original Medicare? Do I take, you know, Advantage plan? Which is going to work the best for you? We talk about Social Security in terms of taxation of Social Security benefits, how that works with regard to income planning. We're going to talk about investment analysis. What type of risk do you have in your portfolio? We're really on the cusp, I believe, of a bear market. It's kind of getting nearer and nearer. We know that asset bubbles there. We know the Federal Reserve has been propping up asset prices with its low interest rates. We know they want to raise those. These are some things you need to understand. What risks are in your portfolio? How much could it potentially drop? And you know, there's some of the bond funds that I look at. I got to, you know, there can be some high default rates as well. Muni bonds is another one under pressure. I talked about that a little bit last week. So all of that we cover in the analysis on your specific situation. So when you call the office, Debbie's standing by. So again, 615-376-5325. She'll get your information to send you out a checklist. Okay, this checklist is the things to bring to your appointment so that we can in fact do a plan for you and you can get the most from it. Again, Dr. Friday's been gracious with her time. She'll make herself available too for tax planning.
Always giving.
And help with that. That's right. That's good. It's that time of year. And also, when you come in, we'll get you a copy of my book, 7 Steps to Financial Freedom in Retirement as well. And we get into a lot of things there with regard to planning, safe money strategies, how the smart money invests in the market, tax planning strategies, IRA mastery, all of that is in the book. Okay, all of yours, all you got to do is be one of the first 10 callers. All right, next, I want to hit a few more things. Some things for year ends, for the year end that are important for as far as deadlines go. Right. One, stock sales. If you want to get again, taking a look at your portfolio, if there's some things that might be a good idea to sell, or if you're looking at, I've got way too much risk, I'm going to, sell. We got to get that done by the end of the year if we want to count for this tax year with regard to capital. And we want to, this is where we weigh again as to what's the effect going to be. If you make that sale, how's it going to affect your taxes?
Right.
You know, if you're in a 10 or 15% tax bracket, you're going to have a 0 capital gains tax. But if you've got a large enough gain that could push you out of that bracket potentially, then that could create some additional taxes. Plus there's AMT and...
Well, that's the biggest thing. A lot of times people don't realize when selling stocks or pieces of property or anything like that, that a lot of times you have the 3.9, I call it the Obama tax, Medicare tax, how they're helping to fund Obamacare, as well as AMT, or alternative minimum tax. Both of of those can kick in, which can kick a simple 0 to 15% tax on a standard sale to 20 to 25% tax on that same exact sale. So you really do, before you go deciding to sell something, especially if something is going to get you a profit of 20 or 30 or more dollars, you really do need to talk to your tax person, because that sale might be able to be handled slightly differently, or prepare the next year so you can adjust some of your income to keep you from paying 6 or 7% extra on that sale.
And this is the other part of it. Sometimes paying more this year might be the better way to go. This is where, for instance, it could cause your Social Security to be taxed, but if we spread it over 3 or 4 years, we're causing Social Security to be taxed for 3 or 4 years.
May not be
so
good.
Sometimes it may be better just to get it out of the way, and then in future years we've greatly reduced the taxes, and there's a payback effect. Well, this is one of the things that we want to get into when we do this planning as well.
We're in a progressive tax code, so something that keeps you in the 15%, even though it might tax you in 1 year, staying in that 15%, so it's all in 1 year, and you're still only paying 15 versus 15 over 3 years, is crazy not to just do it at one time.
So real important that we do this in advance before we actually do the sell, so that we know exactly what we're into and we're doing it right. All right, we've still got Roth conversions to talk about, but first another quick break, and then we'll be right back here on the Retirement Report.